So with me being on reading week, I figured why not review some beers from Niagara College Teaching Brewery since I'm there more or less every day of my life at the moment. Yeah. And also, they got a Saison that they brewed up, which is pretty cool. Saisons aren't really around much anymore, which sucks because I truly do enjoy them quite a bit. So let's see what this one's about. Something to do with cats. Should be fun. Beer. Hello everybody, welcome back to me, Brewski from the Rooski. Hello everybody, welcome back to me, Brewski from the Rooski review. And today the beer that I have for you guys is from the Niagara College Teaching Brewery that I'm currently attending for their brewing program because I love beer and stuff. We have from their small batch brew series, Spirit Cat Saison. Coming in at 6.7% alcohols by volume. No listed IBUs on the very ugly concrete gray can side. Yes, 6.7% alcohol by volume. No listed IBUs on the can, on the website, or on Untapped. So without further ado, let's crack this bad boy open. Let's see what cats have to do with Saisons and beer. Shall we? Beer 101 pint glass, slightly different than the one I have in the college. This is white lettering, not black lettering. Also, seems to be thicker glass. Look at that beer. Seems to be like a deep orange, deep bronze in color. Fairly hazy as well. Some other float, is that just carbonation? No, it just looks like carbonation. Nice white head on top. I'm a little excited. Let's give it a smell. On the nose, fairly light intensity or low intensity nose so far. Yeah, quite low. Little, barnyardy. Hay, ginger. No, not white grape. Oh, what is that? Not green apple, but like fresh apple skins. Grapes, look like white grapey even. Let's give it a swirl, see what happens there. Yeah. Apple skins, white grape, pear, slight barnyard and hay. Grassy ginger, light ginger. Smells pretty good. Let's dive in. On the sip. It's interesting. It's like, it's very reminiscent of like apple cider, to be honest. Even looking at the color, thinking about it now, very apple cidery in a sense. Not as sweet as apple cider, but it tastes like a watered down, muddier version of apple cider, and it also tastes like I'm just eating apple skins, and skins that have been left out where they're a little bit oxidized. I'm not saying the beer's oxidized, I'm saying the skins flavors are somewhat of an oxidized apple, that, an apple that's been cut and been sitting out for a little bit, getting a little brown. That is the first thing that I'm thinking about when I'm drinking this beer, or on that first sip. But maybe it'll change. So with that said, cheers everybody. Let's keep on drinking. Yeah. Yep. Apple skins. Apple skins or a dirty cider, like a muddied cider, like a what do you call that? Watered down, muddied cider, like apple cider, not the alcoholic beverage, just the non-alcoholic apple cider or apple skins. I'd have been left out a little bit. That's exactly what I'm getting off of this. Not a great flavor, to be completely honest. Doesn't really even taste like a Saison, to be completely honest. Spirit Cat Saison. Interesting stuff. Even on the nose, not that Saison-y. Yeah. Watered down, muddied apple cider. Seems to be the best way to describe this beer. Which is weird because they do make a Saison 101, which is pretty damn phenomenal. But this right here, I just think it's not doing it for me. It's not what I was expecting and not really what you would think of when you think Saison. Yeah. Pretty weird. Low carbonation as well. Especially for a Saison. Saisons seem to always be a little bit more crispy, have a fairly effervescent presence to them. This is quite on the low end. So I'm kind of confused on what happened with this brew, how it went down, what the ingredients were, how it got the name of Saison. But yeah, quite interesting indeed. Not what I was expecting at all. But hey, you know what? If you like watered down apple cider, I think this might be your thing. It's not a terrible flavor. I mean, it's not disgusting by any means, or just it's just not what you're expecting. Yeah, cool. Let's see. Small batch brew, Spirit Cat Saison, 6.7% alcohols by volume. So the only real different stuff is the name and the alcohol when you look at these small batch brew cans. There's a description of the beer of the brewery and the class. It says, "Let our class fill your glass. Beer and education. A pairing that has been fermenting for generations. We've put our heads together to craft something truly unique. The Niagara College Teaching Brewery. Just like our beer, it's the only one of its kind." Quite nice. No date codes on here. All the boxes, the 2-4s that they are put in though, are date coded. I know that for a fact because I've date coded many of them over my time at the college, which is pretty cool. Yeah. Watered down apple cider, apple skins. Yeah, pretty much. Over on the website, which is ncteachingbrewery.ca. You go here, you go to the beer section, you scroll all the way down, or more or less all the way down, and you do find the student small batch. Alcohol content varies because there's a lot brewed all the time, so the turnover rate is quite quick. Separate description from the can, and it reads, "These small batch brews are cleverly crafted by our NC brewmaster and brewery operations management students. As the title implies, there are limited quantities of these brews, so grab them while you still can." And you can grab them at the Niagara Teaching Winery. The Teaching Brewery is actually closed to the public due to COVID, but you can find all the beer from the Teaching Brewery at the Teaching Winery, which is in the same spot right at the Niagara on the Lake campus, which is pretty cool. It's right off the QEW, off of Glendale, right just south of the big outlet mall. So yeah, go to the winery for all your beer needs, obviously all your wine needs. They do ciders, and even the NC Distillery, they hold some of their, actually all of their products as well. And yeah, it's a good time. They got a food truck there, so you won't go hungry. And it's just a cool place. And I'm pretty sure they I don't know if they do tastings at the moment, like proper tastings, like they have groups and whatnot. I don't think they do that at the moment, but I know they did pre-COVID. So pretty cool stuff. Go sit out, chill, do your thing there. Moving on. Untapped, right? Yeah, Untapped. Spirit Cat Saison is on Untapped. There is only one rating on it, no average rating yet, because there's only the one. They listed it here at 6% ABV. I checked, this was added on, just added a few days ago, so it would be the same. It's 6.7, not 6. And the person gave it only 2 out of 5 bottle caps. They said herbal, dry, very bitter, ginger, and very bitter. I'm not getting very bitter on my can. Like I said, more like watered down, muddied cider. As for the price, all small batch beers, doing small batch beers from Niagara College Teaching Brewery are $3.75. Again, a little over the average of $3.25, but it is a teaching brewery, not a full, standalone entity. And you know what? They're small batch. They get rolled over all the time. Not rolled over, turned over all the time. So $3.75 for a very limited quantity of stuff. Totally fine by me. Clearly, because I bought some, and they're pretty damn good. Well, most of them are pretty damn good. I don't know what happened with this guy here. This is an outlier. A lot of them, most of them, are damn good. Don't know what happened. Don't know what happened. Hopefully don't get in trouble from the school or any of my teachers, but this one just didn't. I don't know. As far as Saisons go, this is the least Saison I think I've ever had. It tastes like muddied, not muddy, but kind of muddied apple, watered down apple cider. So, yeah, that's the thing. Cheers, no final sip, guys. Let's get ready to ratings and wrap this thing up. NC Teaching Brewery Spirit Cat Saison. I was really excited when I saw Saison. I'm like, oh yay, Saisons, they're here again, yay, boom. No, not really Saison-y when you think about, barnyardy white grape, maybe some stone fruit going on in there, and a typical Saison. No, not really here. Maybe a little bit of barnyard and hay, but more like a muddied, watered down apple cider or apple skins that have been out and probably oxidizing, getting a little brown on you. That's exactly what this beer tastes like. Not much else I can say about it. Overall, only gets it's a 5.2 out of 10 for me. As for presentation, I said in the last one or the next one, whenever I do these videos, or however I put these videos out in what order, but I absolutely hate the concrete gray can design, or the label. Why did they pick this gray, you ask me? I don't know. Will I get to the bottom of it? I should probably ask that question. I never really took too much time to really think about it. I was like, oh, okay, it's student brew, whatever. But now, for some reason, I'm looking at it and I'm thinking they really could have picked a better style of background. It's just ugly. It's just really ugly. Ew. But information is quite limited there. You get a description of the program itself and the brewery. You also get a description, well, not a description, you get the ABV. There you go. Very short, sweet, simple, and the name. Website, fairly simple, not overly complicated, nothing either super flashy either, but I like how there's a separate description different from the can. Also with the price. Did I mention the price? I did, $3.75, there you go. Overall presentation, what did I give the last one, like a 5? Yeah, same thing, 5 out of 10 for me. Before I leave you guys, if you have any comments, questions, or beers you want to review in the future, you can leave all that information down in the comment box below. If you want to go ahead and like this video or subscribe to me, Mate Brewski, that would greatly appreciate it as well. And with all that said, that's going to do it for me, Mate Brewski. Like I always say, crack a beer and enjoy. Cheers. This is not a Saison, it's kind of more like a watered down cider, and that saddens me. Cheers.